they would tell the slaves in the house, you're better than the guys in the yard. Tell the guys in the yard, you're better than the ones in the field. Because they had to keep them divided all the time. And if they could keep them divided and at each other's throats, you would never have to worry about the strength of that community being able to overcome the masters. That very same thing is going on today. The last thing they want are black people who are conservatives, who are liberals, who are anything, working together to solve the problems. You know, when we look at the problems that have gotten so much worse over the last 50 or 60 years, under the rulership of the so-called compassionate people, you don't have to be too analytical to realize that it has not worked. That we have more broken families, out-of-wedlock births, poverty, crime, incarceration. This is not a good picture. And really the question has to become, how can we break out of it? And when you look at the African-American community in America, recognize that we have over $1 trillion in assets. There are less than 10 countries in the world that have $1 trillion GDP, just to put that into perspective for you. If we learn how to turn the dollars over in our own community 2 or 3 times before you send them out, that's how you create wealth. And then you reach back and you pull the next person along. And that's what the Jews did. That's what the Koreans did. That's what a lot of different communities did. There are forces that try to prevent the African-American community from recognizing that and doing it so they can keep them under subjugation, cultivate their votes, and control them. And I just think it's time to stop it. You know, I know a lot of people in the African-American community have been told Republicans are evil, and you can't listen to anything they have to say. They're like little demons, and they'll come and kill your kids and everything. But and what really changed me is, as a young attending neurosurgeon, I was seeing so many people who were dependent on the government, who were able-bodied individuals. And I was saying, there's something wrong with this picture. And then I did the unpardonable thing. I listened to a Republican. It was Ronald Reagan. And I said, he doesn't sound like a racist, horrible person. He sounds like somebody with common sense. And, you know, that really began my transition. Later on, I became an independent. And I was independent for many years. And then I switched to a Republican when I decided I was going to run for president. Because I had to run as either a Democrat or a Republican. And I knew I wouldn't be accepted in the Democrat Party because, you know, I'm very pro-life. And, you know, I believe that marriage is between a man and a woman, and I believe that the Bible is God's words, and I'm not willing to compromise that for anything. You'll also notice that I don't spend a lot of time talking about President Obama, and you'll also notice that I don't spend a lot of time talking about my Republican competitors, because I believe that right now our country is in so much trouble that we need to concentrate on the actual issues that are about to destroy us and that are destroying the future for the people who are coming along. And so you're not going to get me engaged in a lot of back and forth fisticuffs because that distracts people from actually dealing with the issues that are going to destroy our nation.